Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going deep on the lean startup.
Oh, nice.
You know, it's like the entrepreneur's Bible, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. But we're focusing on how it works for online businesses like yours.
Yeah, that's the interesting part.
Because, you know, the original book, it's a classic.
It is.
But it's kind of stuck in that, like, traditional business world.
Right.
You know, brick and mortar, all that.
Yeah.
But the source material we've got for this deep dive, it's all about how these principles, these lean startup ideas, they can be applied to e-commerce.
Yep.
Drop shipping, digital products, all that jazz.
Absolutely. That's where the real action is these days.
Exactly. So get ready to take some notes.
Yeah, get that notepad ready.
Because we're going to extract some super actionable insights.
Real world stuff.
Okay, so one of the first things that really jumped out at me was this idea of ditching the traditional business plan.
Oh.
You know, the big rigid document.
What nobody reads, right?
It seems counterintuitive though, right?
I mean, you'd think you need a roadmap.
Exactly. Like, how do you even start without a plan?
Right. But the lean startup turns that on its head.
Real.
It's more about starting with a vision.
Okay.
A burning desire to solve a problem.
So, like, before spreadsheets.
Yeah, before you even think about financials.
Before projections and all that.
Exactly.
You need to figure out
What problem
the problem.
are you passionate about solving?
That's a big shift in perspective.
It is.
So instead of getting lost in a 50-page document.
That's going to be outdated in a month, right?
Exactly. We should be focusing on
a problem.
finding that problem.
That's worth solving.
And then what? Just jump in?
Not exactly, no.
Okay.
This is where continuous experimentation comes in.
Continuous experimentation.
Yeah, it's central to the lean startup.
Yes.
It's all about this cycle. Build, measure, learn.
Build, measure, learn.
Launch quickly, get data, then adapt.
Like a science experiment?
Yeah, but for your business?
I see how that fits the online world. Things move so fast.
Exactly. You got to be agile.
So let's say I have this amazing idea for an online store.
Right. Okay. I like it.
Selling, I don't know, handmade jewelry.
Nice.
Where do I even begin with this whole lean startup thing?
That's where the MVP comes in.
The MVP?
Minimum viable product.
Oh, right.
Don't spend months perfecting your website.
Oh.
Or sourcing every kind of jewelry.
Right, yeah.
And launching huge marketing campaigns.
Right, that's the old way of thinking.
It is. Start with a simple version.
Simple, okay.
Bare minimum features, just to test the waters.
Test the waters.
Okay. Some feedback.
So for my jewelry store, instead of like 100 designs,
yeah,
I should start with what, maybe 5?
Exactly. A few of your most popular pieces.
And a simple online store, not some fancy website.
Right. You could even use a platform like Selldone.
Selldone.
Yeah, the source material actually mentions it.
Oh, interesting.
It's perfect for this kind of rapid testing.
So I get my mini store up and running, then what? Just wait for orders.
That's where the measure part comes in.
Measure, right?
You've got to track how people are using your MVP.
Using it, okay.
Are they visiting? Adding to cart?
Right.
Buying?
So it's about real data, not just my gut feeling.
Exactly. Data tells the story.
What if the data says, my idea sucks?
Happens all the time.
No one's buying my beautiful jewelry.
That's where the lean startup challenges you to, be open to change.
Okay.
It's about pivoting.
Pivoting.
Or persevering. Depends on the data.
So if the data says, nope, wrong direction.
Yeah.
I got to be willing to change.
Tweak your product, your prices, even your target audience.
It's not about being stubborn.
No, it's about being flexible.
Okay, so we build our MVP, we measure the data, we're ready to pivot if we need to.
You got it.
But how do we know what to measure? There's so much data out there.
That's where innovation accounting comes in.
Innovation accounting.
It's about focusing on the metrics that matter.
The ones that really move the needle.
Exactly. And this is where online businesses have a huge advantage.
Oh, why is that?
We've got a ton of data at our fingertips.
Like what kind of data? Give me an example.
Well, obviously revenue is important.
Sure, got to make money.
But the lean startup says look beyond vanity metrics.
Vanity metrics, like what?
Likes, followers, those kinds of things.
Okay, so what should we be looking at?
For example, customer acquisition cost.
Customer acquisition cost.
How much does it cost you to get a new customer?
Oh, I see. Got to make sure we're not spending more than we make.
Exactly. Another crucial one is conversion rate.
Conversion rate, okay.
Out of all the people who visit your site, how many actually buy something?
Right. If that's low, maybe something's wrong.
Exactly. It could be your website, your product descriptions, even your pricing.
So it's about finding those bottlenecks.
And fixing them. Data helps you do that.
This data-driven approach is powerful stuff.
It is, and there are even more advanced metrics we can dive into later.
Oh, good. Looking forward to that.
But the main point is data is your friend.
It's like a compass.
Yeah, guiding you towards success.
So we're experimenting, measuring, adjusting.
Always learning.
It's perfect for online business. Everything's so fast-paced.
Absolutely. Speed is key.
But how do we balance speed with building a sustainable business?
Ah, great question.
Something that lasts, not just a flash in the pan.
We'll dig into that in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay, good. Because I'm already thinking.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about problems worth solving.
Right.
But what about problems during the startup process itself?
Yeah, those happen too.
The lean startup is all about efficiency, avoiding waste.
Mm-hmm.
Does that kill creativity?
That's a really interesting point.
Like, does it make everything too rigid?
Lean thinking isn't about stifling creativity.
Oh,
It's about channeling it effectively.
okay.
Think of a sculptor, right?
Okay. A sculptor,
They could just chip away randomly at the marble.
hoping for the best.
Right. Or they could use tools and technique.
To shape the marble carefully.
Exactly. Reveal the beauty within.
So the lean startup is like the sculptor's tools,
In a way, yes.
helping us shape our ideas better.
Reducing waste, maximizing value.
It's about being smart with your resources,
Absolutely.
focusing on what really matters.
And building something impactful.
I'm starting to see the beauty in this approach.
Good.
It's not about less creativity, it's about better creativity.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so we're not just launching quickly.
Yeah.
We're building something that lasts.
That's what we'll explore next.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Me neither. Welcome back to our deep dive. You know, we've been unpacking all these lean startup principles.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the build, measure, learn loop, the MVP.
Right.
All that good stuff.
But I'm wondering,
Mhm.
is there a risk of getting too caught up in the data
Oh, interesting.
and losing sight of,
The bigger picture.
exactly, we're building businesses to connect with people.
Absolutely. It's not just about numbers.
Right. So how do we find that balance?
That's a great question. And the audio summary actually addresses that.
Oh, does it?
It emphasizes balancing data with a strong sense of purpose
Purpose. Okay.
and vision.
So we're not just number crunching robots.
No, definitely not.
We're passionate humans
That's right.
building businesses that resonate.
With real people.
Right. How do we do that? How do we make sure of that?
Well, it starts with remembering why you're doing this.
Our WHY.
What's the problem you're truly passionate about solving?
What impact do I want to make?
Exactly. Those questions should guide you.
Okay. So even when we're deep in the data,
Yeah, even with all the A/B testing,
conversion rates, all that,
we need to keep our WHY in mind.
it's a filter.
Yeah, a filter for the data.
I like that.
So let's say you're building an online platform
Okay.
to connect artists with art lovers.
Cool idea.
You might optimize just for clicks and conversions.
Right. Get as many people on there as possible.
But if you lose sight of supporting artists,
Fostering creativity.
you might build something successful but soulless.
It's not just about building a business.
Bro.
It's about building a business with heart.
Exactly.
One that aligns with my values.
And makes a positive impact.
You're speaking my language here.
Right.
I've always felt businesses should be forces for good.
Absolutely.
But how do we actually do that online?
That's what this audio summary dives into.
Oh, perfect.
A building for sustainability isn't just about profits.
It's about more than that.
It's about aligning with your values, making the world better.
Okay. I'm all in on that.
Good. So how do we build online businesses that are both?
Both profitable and purpose driven.
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
It starts with the choices we make every step of the way.
Every step. Okay.
From the products we sell
Hmm.
to the suppliers we work with.
Oh, right. Yeah.
How we package and ship things.
Every little detail.
Every decision makes an impact.
Okay. So let's break that down. What are some practical steps for online entrepreneurs?
Well, we can start by choosing suppliers who share our values.
Suppliers. Okay.
Are they treating workers fairly?
Right. That's important.
Sourcing materials responsibly?
Yeah. Ethics.
Minimizing their environmental impact?
All good questions.
We have to ask those questions.
It's about looking beyond just the price.
Exactly. The social and environmental impact matters.
The whole supply chain, right?
You got it. And then think about packaging.
Packaging. Okay.
Can we use recycled or biodegradable materials?
Makes sense.
Minimize waste? Use less packaging overall?
That's smart.
We need to think creatively here.
Reduce our footprint, but keep things functional.
Absolutely. Shipping is another big one.
Shipping. Oh, yeah. That's a whole thing.
Can we use sustainable logistics providers?
I hadn't thought of that.
Offer carbon neutral shipping options.
Ooh. Customers would love that.
Maybe even encourage slower shipping methods?
Slower?
Yeah, they often have a lower environmental impact.
Oh, I see. Makes sense.
So it's about educating our customers too.
Empowering them to make better choices.
Exactly. Building a community around our brand.
The community that cares.
Who shares our values.
Love that.
And this brings us back to something important.
What's that?
Building strong customer relationships.
Oh, yeah, we touched on that earlier.
It's not just about transactions.
Right, it's about connection.
Shared purpose, building a community.
It's like a movement.
I like that, a movement.
More than just a business.
Exactly, making a ripple effect.
Impacting the world.
That's the goal.
And the audio summary gives an example of this.
Oh, yeah.
A company selling sustainable clothing online.
Okay, cool.
Their whole brand is about transparency and ethical sourcing.
Nice.
They actively talk to their customers about sustainability. So they're not just selling clothes.
No.
They're selling a lifestyle.
And a set of values.
That's powerful.
It creates loyalty beyond just a good product.
People are proud to support them.
Because they believe in what they stand for.
It all comes back to innovation accounting.
Oh, right. Measuring what truly matters.
Not just the financials.
But the social and environmental impact, too.
Okay. How do we actually measure that?
Well, we can track carbon emissions, waste output, the percentage of sustainably sourced materials.
I see. Concrete data.
We can also measure customer engagement.
With our sustainability initiative.
Exactly. And the overall social impact.
It's about being accountable.
To the planet, to our community.
Not just to investors.
Right. It's a bigger picture.
And we use this data to get better.
Constantly improve.
Just like the build, measure, learn loop.
Exactly. It's a continuous journey.
And an important one. Consumers are getting more conscious.
Absolutely. People care about these things.
They're voting with their wallets.
Supporting businesses that are making a difference.
So it's not just about doing good.
It's good business, too.
It's a win-win.
I love win-wins.
Me too. We get to build businesses we believe in.
And customers get to support brands that align with their values. And that's what's exciting about online business today.
It is. It's not just about selling stuff anymore.
It's about creating a better world.
One transaction at a time.
Beautifully said.
Now, you mentioned earlier more advanced metrics.
Oh, yeah, as our businesses grow.
I'm curious about those.
You want to dive in?
Let's do it.
All right. One that's super relevant is cohort analysis.
Cohort analysis. Okay, what's that?
You divide your customers into groups.
Groups. Based on what?
Shared characteristics like acquisition date or first purchase.
Okay, and why do we do that?
You can track those groups over time.
Over time, I see.
It reveals insights about customer lifetime value.
Lifetime value, that's important.
Churn rate, effectiveness of marketing campaigns.
So it's a more granular view than just overall trends.
Exactly. We see how different customer segments behave.
And then we can tailor our approach.
To each segment.
Marketing messages, product offerings, even customer support.
You got it. It's about personalization.
Creating a better experience for each customer.
Which leads to more loyalty, higher lifetime value.
It all connects.
It does.
Another tool I've heard about, A/B testing.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
Have you ever wondered which headline works better?
All the time. Or which image converts better.
Right. Or what call to action gets people clicking.
A/B testing takes the guesswork out of it.
Oh, how does that work?
You create two versions of something.
Two versions, okay.
A web page, email, ad campaign.
Got it.
Test them side by side.
To see which one wins?
Exactly. It's like a science experiment for your marketing.
I love that analogy.
The results can be surprising.
Really?
Small changes can have a huge impact.
Like what?
The color of a button, the wording of a headline.
Wow, that's fascinating.
It shows how important testing and iterating are.
Even when we think we've got it figured out.
There's always room for improvement.
And the online world gives us the power to do that.
So much data, constant optimization.
It's amazing.
It is. We can see what's working, what's not, and adjust.
In real time.
That's the power of online business.
It's like a superpower.
It is. And it ties back to speed.
Right. The ability to test and iterate quickly.
That's a huge advantage.
We can be agile, responsive to the market.
Adapt to new trends, stay ahead of the competition.
The lean startup is all about embracing change.
Learning from mistakes, constantly evolving.
To build businesses that are successful and a day impactful.
I like how you brought that back around.
Okay. So much good stuff here.
It is a lot to take in.
But before we wrap up this part,
I
want to talk about something a little different.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Mindset.
Mindset. Oh, I love that.
It's often overlooked.
It is, but it's so crucial.
We can have all the data and strategies.
All the tools in the world.
But if our mindset's not Right.
it won't matter.
Exactly. So what mindset shifts do we need to make?
Well, for online entrepreneurs especially,
Yeah.
we need to be lifelong learners.
Lifelong learners.
The online world is always changing.
If we don't adapt, we're toast.
Pretty much, yeah.
So stay curious, keep learning.
Ask questions. Seek out new knowledge.
Always be growing.
That's the key.
And we also have to be comfortable with uncertainty.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Starting a business is risky.
There are no guarantees.
Embrace the unknown.
Be willing to step outside your comfort zone.
Accept that failure is part of the process.
It's going to happen. We got to learn from it.
And bounce back quickly.
Resilience is essential.
Especially online, things move so fast.
You got to be able to roll with the punches.
Dust yourself off and get back in the game.
Exactly. And finally, cultivate a growth mindset.
A growth mindset, what's that?
It's believing that your abilities can be developed
Not fixed.
through hard work, dedication.
We can always get better.
Exactly. Challenges become opportunities for growth.
Instead of obstacles.
With a growth mindset, you're more likely to take risks
Experiment. Try new things.
and ultimately achieve your goals.
I love that. It's so easy to lose sight of the big picture.
It is. We get caught up in the day-to-day.
But mindset is the foundation.
It underpins everything else.
And the cool thing is, we can change our mindset.
We can choose to grow.
It's not just who we are, it's who we choose to become.
Beautifully said.
Okay, so much good stuff about mindset.
It's a powerful thing.
Now, there's one more aspect of the lean startup
Mm-hmm.
I want to explore.
Like, what's that?
Community.
Community, yes. So important.
Often overlooked, especially online.
It's easy to get stuck in the solopreneur bubble.
Working from home, feeling isolated.
Exactly. But we don't have to do it alone.
So how do we tap into that power of community?
Well, it can start simple.
But
Join online forums or Facebook groups.
in my niche, right,
Exactly. Connect with other entrepreneurs.
who are going through the same thing.
Sharing ideas, learning from each other.
Like a virtual mastermind group.
I like that.
Brainstorming, feedback, support.
And a ton of inspiration and motivation.
Oh, yeah. Seeing others succeed
It gives you the boost you need.
reminds you that you're not alone,
There are people out there who get it.
who understand the struggle.
And as you build relationships,
You might find opportunities to collaborate,
team up on projects,
cross-promote each other's products.
even launch joint ventures,
Partnerships can be so valuable.
especially when you're just starting out.
Expand your reach. Tap into new audiences.
Leverage each other's strengths.
And beyond online communities,
Mhm.
there are in-person events, conferences, meetups.
Get out from behind the screen.
Meet face-to-face.
Build those real-world connections.
You never know who you'll meet.
Could be your future business partner,
Mentor, investor,
or just a new friend who gets it.
someone who understands the entrepreneurial roller coaster.
Exactly. And community isn't just about what we get.
Right, it's about giving back, too.
Absolutely. Share your knowledge, help others,
Answer questions, offer advice,
mentor someone starting out,
pay it forward.
contribute to the growth of the community.
The more we give, the more we receive.
A rising tide lifts all boats.
I love that saying.
When we support each other, we all win.
That's the power of community.
It's a beautiful thing.
But how do we find the right community?
Oh, good question.
There are so many options.
It can be overwhelming.
Be intentional, you said that earlier.
Right. Think about your values and goals.
Okay.
What kind of people do you want to learn from?
Who inspires me? What kind of environment do I thrive in?
Find communities that align with your vision.
And the stage of my business, right?
If you're just starting out, look for beginner-friendly groups.
As I grow, maybe more specialized communities.
Exactly. Try out different ones, see what fits.
Like dating for entrepreneurs.
Huh. I like that.
Got to find your tribe.
And once you do, actively participate.
Engage, ask questions, offer support.
Build those relationships.
The more you put in, the more you get out.
That's the secret sauce.
Okay, so community, super important.
It is.
And now, the final part of our deep dive.
Bringing it all together.
How all these principles connect.
From the build, measure, learn loop.
To sustainability, to community.
A holistic approach to online business.
I'm ready for the grand finale.
Let's do it.
Let's see how the lean startup can empower us.
To build businesses that make a difference.
All right, welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the lean startup. It's been quite a journey.
It has. So many insights.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have from ditching the business plan,
To embracing the MVP.
building for sustainability.
And I'm excited to bring it all together.
Yeah, let's connect the dots.
See how it all fits into, a cohesive whole.
The big picture.
If we had to sum up the lean startup for online entrepreneurs. In one sentence, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I know, right? It's a lot to distill.
But I think at its core,
Yeah.
it's about building a business with speed and intention.
Speed and intention, I like that.
You got to be fast in the online world.
Things move so quickly.
But you also need a clear purpose.
Right, we're not just building businesses for fun.
Well, some of it is fun, hopefully.
Yeah, of course. But there's got to be more to it.
We're solving problems.
Creating value, making a difference.
Exactly. It's agility with a long-term vision.
Combining the startup hustle with, sustainability.
Yeah, building something that lasts.
So someone's listening to this right now, full of ideas for their online business.
They're ready to go.
Where do they start? What's step one?
First, they got to figure out their WHY.
Their WHY, right? That burning problem.
What are they passionate about solving?
It can't just be about making money.
No, it's got to be deeper than that.
What keeps them up at night?
What change do they want to see in the world?
That's their North Star.
Once they have that, then the lean startup principles can guide them.
Okay, so instead of that big, scary business plan,
Right. Ditch the document.
we start with the MVP.
Minimum viable product, get it out there fast.
Test the waters, get feedback.
Exactly. And the MVP is so powerful because it lets us test our assumptions.
Instead of just guessing.
Right. We gather real data, see what people actually want.
We're observing, we're learning.
And then we iterate, we improve based on that data.
It's all about that build, measure, learn loop.
It's a cycle of continuous improvement.
And we have to be open to pivoting.
Oh, yeah. If the data says our idea isn't working,
We got to be willing to change course.
adjust the product, the business model, even our whole approach.
It's about flexibility, adaptability.
Being responsive to the market.
And as we're building, we got to build for sustainability.
Right. Not just a quick launch, but something that lasts.
Thinking about the social impact, the environmental impact.
Making choices that align with our values.
It's about more than just profits.
It's about building a business we can be proud of.
One that contributes to a better world.
Exactly. And it's also about those customer relationships.
Right, building a community around our brand.
People who believe in what we're doing.
And of course, we can't forget mindset.
Oh, mindset is everything.
Embracing a growth mindset, being comfortable with uncertainty.
Being resilient, bouncing back from setbacks.
That's what separates successful entrepreneurs.
From those who give up too soon.
It's not just about having a great idea.
It's about having the grit to see it through.
And when things get tough, that's where community comes in.
Ah, yes, the power of community.
Surrounding yourself with supportive people.
Mentors, collaborators, even friendly competitors.
Sharing experiences, learning from each other.
It's a reminder that we're not alone in this.
There are people who get it, who've been there.
And those connections can lead to amazing opportunities.
Partnerships, collaborations, even just a shoulder to cry on.
So reach out, find your tribe, build those relationships.
The lean startup is more than just a set of tactics.
It's a way of thinking.
A philosophy for building businesses.
With a spirit of experimentation, a commitment to learning.
And a deep understanding of the human element.
It's about building businesses that are both profitable and meaningful.
Businesses that make a difference.
That's what it's all about.
So, to all the aspiring online entrepreneurs out there,
yeah, what would you say to them?
Dive in. Embrace the unknown.
Don't be afraid to experiment.
Build the business of your dreams.
You don't need all the answers up front.
Just start with that problem you're passionate about.
Apply the lean startup principles. Be open to learning.
And most importantly, have fun along the way.
Building a business should be an adventure.
A chance to express your creativity.
And make a positive impact on the world.
We're excited to see what you create.
Me too. Go out there and make it happen.
And that wraps up our deep dive into the lean startup for online entrepreneurs. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and are feeling inspired to take action. We'll be back next week with another deep dive into a topic that's sure to spark your curiosity. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building.